All right, I've been avoiding this one, it's true. This is sheet metal. I have some questions. I will do the best I can. All right. So we've got this object here, and I've tried it a couple of different ways. I'm actually going to start in the top view with a sketch on the top plane. And it is going to be symmetric, so we'll just do something like this. And mirror that. And one of the first things I notice always happens with symmetry mirrors is you get a 0. Anyway, make this 160. We have a height here of 95. Let's add a couple of other. So we have a dimension in here of 50. Dimension here, corner to corner, is the 140. And overall height, 125. Okay, so I've tried putting the R29 in here. It breaks a bunch of my dimensions. I'm just going to skip it, and we'll add it afterwards. So we're going to take that sketch and make it a planar first wall. The thickness is 3. I do want to kind of verify, so it looks like I'm sketching on the top and going down. I like that. That's where I'm going to kind of build all this other stuff from, so I'm okay with that. All right. Okay. So there's my first wall. We can actually go ahead and add the round here. Nope, not that one. Oh my, here, getting click happy. All right, this edge and this edge. I like an on shape that you can just click the corner and it'll do it for you. That's a really nice feature. Trying to get those tiny little edges is challenging. All right, I'm going to add this wall coming down below here. So I'm going to add that as a flange. Now there's all these different shapes. I'm going to select this edge here. And that's going to push it down. The thickness is added on the inside, so my overall width stays the same. This distance I'm going to set to 58. Okay, 90 degrees, but we have all these different shapes. We have an eye, we have an arc, we have S. I mean, look at all these great shapes available, but we can do user define. Go to shape and create a sketch. All right, so we're gonna sketch from here and here. That's all we need to do. This distance is 58, and this distance is 160 minus 115 divided by 2. I tried to mention from the plane there, and it got a little frustrated with me, so I just stopped trying that. Right? Thickness is added on the inside, the bend radii are added. That all looks great, honestly. It goes the entire length, which I want, so we're good there. Add a couple of these geometries so we can just do extruded cuts. So we've got 3 circles. These are way too close, but that's all right. All of them have a diameter of 20 on that side view. We're going to add some dimensions. So from the tabbed side, we are over 16. And from the other side, we are over 16. And then from this one to this one is 31 and a half. And we are up 28 from the bottom. Right. So the nice thing about doing extrude cuts in sheet metal, it automatically sets it as 2all, and the perpendiculars to the geometry, that all works for us. Let's add another extruded cut, and we'll drop in a slot. So we'll grab that from the shapes in the sketcher palette, rotate that, drag that over here, and our center distance is 55. Our overall slot width is 6. We are locating it 20 from the back, and I don't want to go to the face, I want to go to the center. So this construction line, that's going to be our 131 divided by 2. Again, going through the next, that's great. We can add some rounds here. This one's not going to be 29, this is going to be 8. And that's shown here. Hold down Control. All right, so we've got all that geometry. We're going to mirror all of that stuff. So the round and hold down Control, the extrude cuts and the flange, all of that stuff, we're going to mirror it. So we'll go to Tools, nope, Model, Mirror, over the plane. Now this is the way that Creo used to work, that you didn't get the preview. Now they have the preview, but we don't have it here. So everything comes over. I noticed that my round 2 did not update. So let's edit definition on the round 2. Not sure what's going on there, but we can just go in and add that back in, and it keeps living under the mirror, allows us to fix it even though it probably should have worked, didn't work. Go ahead and just update that. All right, last thing we gotta do is this tab, and this thing kind of, well, it frustrates me. So what I'm going to do is actually go back into my original sketch, the one that makes the planer, and I'm going to add in, we have a line, and then I'm going to do a center end arc. Okay, so the outer radius of this is 30. I'm going to take those 2 pieces and mirror them. And I'm going to take those 3 pieces and offset them. Not sure why this popped up way over here. All right. So if I hold down Shift, I can get the whole thing. All right, so the total, I'll hit check mark. That did not keep that dimension. All right, so we got a little bit of work to do here. My inner radius is 26. My outer radius is 30. The location of that hole is 57 from this side. So we'll grab here. I'm going to add some tangent and arcs down here. And that dimension, right, to the center of the radius is 13. And I just want to confirm that this is 4, so I'm going to leave that as a reference. Right, same thing here, this arc, I'm just going to leave that as a reference. That's radius of 2, so that's all okay. That's the correct geometry. All right, so now I've got the part. I could have, actually, you know what? Why not? Let's Go back to the sketch. Let's just add the hole in here. Might be easier. Radius of 26. Okay. So I need to bend this up. So I create a sketch on here, and this is where I kind of had to play around with things. I mean, I had to play around with this too, but I'm going to create a line that goes here. I have that it's 13 to the center of the radius. I also know that's 18 to the inside of the plate. If I try this as 18, let's see if we can get this to work. But I wasn't really getting this to work exactly the way I wanted. So let's see what happens. So we're going to hit bend. We're going to select the surface. The bend line is here. All right, so I want to switch my fixed side. So the fixed side is the big one. The thing I'm bending is the tab. It says the inside is here, but I don't really want it to start at the inside. Radius is, the thickness is inside. We're measuring that bend angle, so I can place this, but I really don't think this works right. And I can find that by doing a measurement. Let's hide those planes. From this surface, I'm going to hold down Control to this surface. I have 21. So it's adding the radius. All right, so now that I see that it's adding that radius, I want it to be 18. I'm just going to subtract the radius and leave the sketch. Edit that dimension. We'll do 18 minus 3. Leave everything the way it is. Do another measurement. And that's 18. So I think that's right. I'm sure there's got to be a better way to make this geometry to get this tab to stand up. But this is what I have found has worked for me. We're going to jump down here and try this. And we're good to go. Again, sheet metal's not my forte. I'm familiar with some of the tools to get what we can do here. The flat pattern shows up here. In Onshape, I can actually work with this flat pattern. I think I'd have a better opportunity to get this done right if I were working in Onshape. But sometimes you gotta just try things and see how it works. So back on track and see you again soon.